Hello everyone and welcome to the video. Today I have another Thankful Thursday for you, and Thankful Thursday is a great open tag that was started by Singing Toad. If you haven't already, go check out his YouTube channel and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do subscribe, make sure to watch a video and leave a like so your subscription sticks. But yeah, so this Thankful Thursday is for two wonderful members of the knife community. The first one being Luke's Knife Point of View, and the second one being Scott Two Blades. So first off, Luke, he recently, it's actually been a little bit ago, but he reached out and asked if I was fine with sending him some of my channel stickers, because he was looking to get some of my channel stickers, and yeah, and I was fine with sending him some, but he didn't have any stickers of his own, so he wanted to send me something along in exchange for some of my channel stickers. So he sent me this. It's one of the Arctic Fox Rough Ryder knives, one of the knives from the Rough Ryder Arctic Fox series, and this is such a cool series. I really like the artwork on this box there. We got the fox and the glaciers and stuff. Really cool logo. This has white micarta handles, and yeah, very cool. This particular one is the RR2309, and this is the Congress pattern. And the reason Luke picked this one out is because he knew I like the Congress pattern, which is correct. It is actually my favorite knife pattern. So yeah, thank you so much, Luke, for this awesome knife here. And yeah, this is such a cool knife. So we do have pinched bolsters and fluted bolsters there as well. Pins are pretty smooth. Just look at that really nice kind of white cream micarta with the black fox shield. So cool. So this is actually a slim Congress, because you see how the blades barely stick out right there, which is what is known as a slimline Congress, where a normal Congress, the blades would pop out a little bit more than that. We also have these black spacers around the bolsters, so that's really cool. Yeah, these micarta knives from Rough Ryder are really cool. And with it being a Congress, we have the kind of the main blades on a Congress. So we have a sheepsfoot blade right there, and then we also have the second sheepsfoot blade as well. So yeah, two main sheepsfoot blades right there, and they're pretty much identical. Yeah, I think they actually are identical. They have the Rough Ryder tang stamp right there. If I can get the camera to focus on it, with the two back-to-back R's, and then Rough Ryder below it. Same thing on that side, except this one doesn't have that tang stamp on the other side, so we're going to look at this one. So this one has the 440 razor sharp steel on it, and then the RR2309, and then China right below that for the tang stamp right there. It's more of an etch. But yeah, you got your sheepsfoot blade right there with some nice swedging up at the top right there. It continues over to the other side. We do have matte strike nail pulls on this one. Very nice sheepsfoot blade, and yes, I think the other one is almost identical except for the blade steel marking and the etch over this side for the model number. Then we also have two other knife blades on here, which is, if I can see it, there we go. A little hard to get to that nail nick right there. But yeah, we do have a pen blade with the Rough Ryder tang stamp right there. Very nice. A little bit of swedging up at the top there, like that. A little bit of swedging on that side as well. Very nice. All flat grinds on these blades. So there's that blade, and then also the last blade on here. If I can, that's the thing about Congress knives, that they are, it's easy to get confused which blade you're pulling out sometimes. Yeah, so there you have, on this side, you have the coping blade, which is also a typical Congress knife blade right there. And it looks like we have some minor swedging on there. Let me pull it out. Yeah, it's just, no, yeah, there's swedging. So like if I hold it up like that, you can tell there's swedging because the spine thins out a little bit towards the tip. So there is some slight swedging there at the tip. But very cool. Let me, do I dare pull out all of the blades at once? We're going to try it. Try not to cut ourselves. Please do not try this at home, folks. This can be kind of dangerous. So we will pull all of these blades out like that. Okay, we did it without hurting ourselves. That is great. Yeah, there's all four of the blades. Just a really cool, really neat Congress knife. I really appreciate this, Luke. Thank you so much. It will have a great addition to my collection. I will enjoy carrying this. So yeah, there's that knife right there. So these other 5 knives right here were sent to me by Scott Two Blades, and Scott and I met each other on the Slipjoint Sawyer's Discord server, which if you haven't joined Slipjoint Sawyer's Discord server, go over to Slipjoint Sawyer's main YouTube channel and on his main page and look in his description to find the link to the Discord server. Really fun over there. We have a lot of fun times talking about knives and other stuff. A lot of shenanigans go on over there. But anyway, I met Scott over there on the Slipjoint Sawyer Discord server, and I think it was about a month ago, he asked me, he was looking through some of my videos, and he asked me if I had any vintage U.S.A. made knives, because I hadn't really featured many in videos so far. And I really didn't have that many. Maybe like I had like 3 vintage U.S. made knives in my collection before Scott sent these along. So yeah, just out of the kindness of his heart, he sent me along 5 vintage USA made folding knives here, which, I mean, these, first off, these are all really, really nice knives here and really, really cool. I love vintage knives. I just hadn't collected many up until this point. And yeah, Scott, I really appreciate that. These are all really cool. I don't know what else to say. I can't thank you enough. I mean, I think these things are so cool, and thank you so much. But anyway, enough talking about that. Let's get into the knives here. So this first one here is an Anvil brand jackknife that I believe is from the 1960s, as far as I can tell, and from what Scott has told me. But yeah, so we have a pretty good sized clip point blade on here, like that, and this is carbon steel. So yeah, really cool. Look at the kind of the spotting on that blade, really cool. Looks like it's been used as well. So it's just like, these knives are so cool though, with they show kind of their age a little bit. Really like these. I think I'm going to carry this one pretty soon. Actually, I might carry it the day of the posting this video. I like this jackknife a lot. I think it's really cool. But yeah, there's that clip point blade right there. We have a long pull right there. No half stops on this knife, but then there's the Anvil tang stamp right there, Providence, USA. Yeah, just a really cool knife. Good snap on the close right there. Then we also have the pen blade right here, which actually has the patent number right there. And I looked up the patent number, and now I'm forgetting what that is to. I can't remember. If any of you guys in the comments know what that is, the patent number is. I remember looking it up, but I don't remember. I didn't write it down what it meant. But yeah, there's the patent number right there, 3.37.996. Very cool. And then, we have the pen blade right there. Good snap on it right there. I got some patina on the blade there. Just very cool. Yeah, just these old knives are so neat. It's been used. I just love that used look. And look at these, well, hang on, yeah, good snap on the close. And we have these really cool synthetic scales that have some contouring to them, just really cool shaping, and even some jigging in there. We got some like barn board jigging going on. Really cool. And then we have the Anvil shield, brass pins, and brass liners. And just look at that back there, barely any gapping. I mean, the fit and finish on these old knives, I mean, I'm not seeing any light coming through, was just great most of the time. Yeah, I think so. On this one, the covers are a little loose, but that's not bad at all. Yeah, just a really cool jackknife. And now I just realized I'm not going to really have room to kind of keep all of these open on the table, but I'll try. So we'll leave the main blade of the jackknife open right there on the screen. And then this next one here is a Gerber lockback knife right there. And this is the only one here that is in stainless. I believe this is 440C stainless, but we have the Gerber tang stamp right there. And we have the Portland, Oregon right back there, 97223 USA. And this is such a cool knife. It's a bird's head design, which I've never seen a bird's head lockback before. I think it's really cool. We got the brass bolster and brass liners. Big fan of brass bolsters. It's so cool. I like when they patina too. We do have these wooden handles right here. Really nice, just a really cool looking knife. I love the look of the brass and the wood together. Very, very nice. And yeah, this knife has definitely been used, which I think is so cool. Yeah, really cool knife. Yeah, if I didn't, I think this one ranges from maybe like the 1960s to the 80s, from what I can tell and from what Scott has told me. So yeah, really cool. And it looks like someone maybe wrote something on the handle, perhaps? Can't really tell, or if that's just the wood grain. I don't know. You can never tell with these old knives. Yeah, just a really solid. And what's interesting, this knife, even though it's a lockback, it has a half stop. Like if I push it, it stops right there, which I think is really cool. That's a cool addition. That even though it has a lock, it has that half stop. Very cool. Kind of a mix of modern and traditional with this knife. Very, very cool. And it feels really good in the hand. That bird's head grip just fits the hand really well. Yeah, get a good kind of drop point, spear point blade there. Probably more of a drop point blade. Yeah, very, very cool. I'm just going to slide that sticker over there like that. I'm going to slide the sticker out of the way actually for now. Yeah, so this next one here is a old timer, Schrade old timer, right there. And then this one could use maybe a little bit of cleanup on the blade, but that's not bad. So yeah, right there we have the Schrade. Let me pull it in back there. We have the Schrade Walden New York USA tang stamp, and I believe this one is dating around the 60s to 70s mark. And we do have a matte strike nail pull on that clip point blade, and some swedging as well on the clip point right there. And this is the 80T right there. But yeah, we have the clip point blade, and this is just a large Stockman pattern. And then we have my favorite blade on a Stockman is the sheepsfoot blade. Really, really nice sheepsfoot blade. There's maybe a little bit of swedging on the tip there. Yeah, you can tell this blade has been used, which is so cool. Just love the used look of this knife. And we have back here in the back, everyone's favorite. Oh, it's a little stiff. I should have probably put some oil in that joint. That was my bad. Is the Spay blade. And you can tell this one's been used quite a bit, I think. The way that tip's kind of pretty rounded over. And I mean, I guess the Spay blade is kind of a rounded over tip, but this thing has been sharpened and used, which I think is so cool. You have these synthetic handles right there with the saw cut pattern, kind of standard old timer look. But then we also have, whoops, I am so sorry, it slipped out of my hand. But then we also have this on the back here, and which way is the right way? So we have Leslie T. Schultz. So either someone had this engraved for them or they put it in there themselves. So that's just kind of an interesting piece of history of this knife that we're never going to know how that got there. But we also have brass pins and brass liners. It looks like carbon steel back springs on this one. Got some patina in there. Yeah, and probably in nickel silver bolsters as well on this one. So yeah, a really cool knife. Big fan of the large Stockman. This is actually my first old timer 80T, so that's really cool. I'm going to enjoy carrying that knife. So then this next one is, now hang on, let me look at the, on my notes it says it's the Western. Let me check the tang stamp first. Yes, I think this is the Western. This is a Western Stockman. Right there it says Western, and it's hard for me to tell through the camera. Western, oh geez, I can't even tell. Something U.S.A. I cannot make out. I need a magnifying glass for this. Cannot make out what that says. If anyone down in the comments knows what tang stamp that is, please let me know. But we have a long pole right there for that clip point blade. Very, very cool. Look at the patina on this one. This one's gorgeous. We do have some nice swedge there for the clip point. Very, very cool. Looks like we have something on the back of the blade here. Is it 658? I think that's what that says. Let me look at it outside the camera. I think 658. That's the best I can come up with. Yeah, just a cool knife. And I believe these handles are a synthetic jigged. Yeah, I think these are like a Delrin or something. Then we have that, what I call the Imperial Shield, or just kind of like the shield. And I believe these are nickel silver bolsters, and we also have brass liners. the other blades here on this knife are the sheep's blade, which is my favorite out of all of the blades on a Stockman. Very, very nice. Look at that patina on there. Just gorgeous, gorgeous patina. And then we have what I believe was a spay blade at one point. Looks like it was a spay blade that has just seen a lot of use, which I think is cool. It's just this knife has been used. I don't think it's quite been abused, but it's been used quite a bit. Yeah, just really cool. Just look at the patina on that knife. And we just have a normal nail pull or nail nick on this blade right here. Then what do we have on the, do we have just a regular, yeah, just a regular nail nick on the sheep's foot blade. That's interesting because we had a long pull on the clip point blade, so that's very interesting. Let me just pull out that main blade there and give you an overall look at that knife. Very, very cool, and I'm kind of running a little long with this video maybe, but we're almost done. So yeah, there's that knife right there. And last but not least, this is a cattle knife or a Stockman, however you want to say it. I call these cattle knives with this like cigar pattern Stockman basically. And this is a Craftsman that I couldn't find any tank stamp. I couldn't find the tank stamps for the Craftsman. Scott thinks this is from the 1950s. But there we go. We have if anyone knows the Craftsman tank stamp, please let me know, or where to find a reference for that. I would greatly appreciate it. But this is a Craftsman U.S.A. tank stamp right there. Then we have this clip point blade, which looks like its tip has been damaged at one point or another. So well, that's not bad though. This is an old knife and it's really, really cool. It's been used. It's really cool. Yeah, so there's that clip point blade right there. Look at the patina, and it's just got the scratches on it from use. So cool. So cool. And this one right here, we actually have, it looks like stainless or nickel silver pins. And probably nickel silver bolsters is my guess. And we also have brass liners. We also have a double brass liner on this side right here. I'm guessing carbon steel back springs. And if any of this, I'm not too familiar with vintage knives as some of you in the community. If I get anything wrong here, please correct me and just help us learn together. Yeah, we also have this other blade right here, which is a spay blade that has been used quite a bit. Got some good patina on there, and just a nail nick right there, just like and then we have a long pull on the clip point blade right there. Yeah, really, really cool. And we have the black synthetic handles. And then on this side, we do not have a pen blade or a sheep's foot, but we actually have a punch, which is really cool. I had one other cattleman knife, and this is another one. I was really, really glad to have this in the collection. I think the cattle knife, I like the Stockman, but I really like the cigar pattern cattle knives, cigar handled cattle knives. I think they're so cool, and such a cool history behind them. But yeah, there's the punch, and the punch is a really handy, especially like if you're working on a farm, it would have been a really handy tool to have. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it and all I have to say for all these knives here. Let's pull out this final blade there and lay them all out like that. So yeah, big thank you again to Scott 2 Blades and Luke's Knife Point of View for these awesome, awesome knives. I really appreciate it. Words cannot describe. Yeah, I don't know what else to say though, other than just thank you so much. These are all awesome knives, and I really appreciate them. I'm definitely gonna carry these, and yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of enjoyment out of these guys. Just thank you so much. I find it hard to express my gratitude towards these gifts from you guys. Thank you so much. And if you haven't already, go check out Luke's Knife Point of View. Go check out his channel and make sure you subscribe to it if you haven't already. And make sure to watch a video and leave a like if you haven't already. I don't think Scott has a channel on YouTube. I know he's over there on Slipjoint Sawyer's Discord server. So go over and check out Slipjoint Sawyer's Discord server and say hi to the guys over there. And a big thank you to Singing Toad for this wonderful open tag of Thankful Thursday. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say for now. If you like this video, please go down and hit that like button down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future knife, pen, and EDC related content. Thank you all for watching. Keep your pens filled and your knife sharp, and I'll see you later.